Welcome to CerecDoctors.com. In this video, we will review the importance of having a systematic process for preparing teeth with an armamentarium designed for efficiency. This video will feature the Meisinger comprehensive prep kits created to aid the clinician in preparing teeth for CEREC restorations. In the CEREC workshops held by CerecDoctors.com, one of the things that we stress in each and every class is the importance of a smooth preparation. Regardless of whether it's an anterior or posterior tooth, or what version of the software the clinician might be using, preparation design is the key to a well-fitting restoration. The Meisinger kits were designed to give all the burrs a clinician would need to properly prepare a tooth for virtually any CEREC restoration. The first step in a proper preparation is proper occlusal reduction. The SC02 Comprehensive Prep Kit contains two different occlusal reduction burrs for proper reduction of the occlusal table. A 1.5 mm and a 2.0 mm reduction burr are both included in the kit. Virtually all of the materials milled by CEREC are required by the manufacturer to have at least 1.5 mm of occlusal reduction. A few materials, namely enamic, emax, and zirconia, can be fabricated thinner. However, adequate reduction is needed not only for material thickness, but also for proper contours and aesthetics. Simply put, thinner restorations are more difficult to design properly, so a proper uniform reduction helps to create the most optimal restoration possible. The clinician can choose either the 828G or the 828Y for their preps based on the desired amount of reduction. These occlusal reduction burrs are helpful to start a preparation simply because of their thickness. 2 or 3 swipes of the burr completes the majority of the reduction on the occlusal table. In addition to the 1.5 and 2.0 mm reduction depths, these burrs also come in additional reduction depths from 1.0 all the way to 2.4 mm reduction in their own kits. The burrs are also available in an 8-degree tapered version with rounded edges for inlay and onlay preparations. These reduction burrs can be used on both anterior and posterior teeth. These burrs ensure that proper reduction is accomplished, which is the key to a long-lasting restoration and a proper design. After the initial depth cuts, the 845R025 burr can be used to flatten the occlusal table. This burr ensures that the reduction is done quickly and uniformly without leaving cusp tips that can result in overmilling. Overmilling is a phenomenon where the milling burrs in the MCXL must remove excess ceramic in order to get the restoration to seat. By having a relatively flat occlusal table, the amount of overmilling is minimized. For anterior teeth, the 833-023 burrs can be used to initiate the lingual reduction. The ovoid shape of these burrs means that the adequate lingual reduction is accomplished on anterior teeth without over-reducing in unnecessary areas. Once the occlusal reduction is complete, the clinician can begin axial reduction. A number of burrs are included in the kit to complete this task. Regardless of the burr that is used, it's critical to remember that the goal of any CEREC restoration is to have smooth preparations. The smoother the preparation, generally the better the fit. This is why all of the axial reduction diamonds in the kit have a corresponding red stripe finishing diamond. The 856 burr is included in 4 different thicknesses: 012, 016, 018, and the 021 burr, each with a corresponding finishing diamond. The 012 burr can be used to start the reduction on premolar and anterior teeth, and the 016 burr can be used to finish the preparation. By starting with a thinner burr, excessive reduction is avoided. Conversely, the 018 burr can be used to start the reduction on a molar, followed by the 021 burr if additional reduction is required. The corresponding red stripe diamonds can be used to ensure that the margins and axial walls are as smooth as possible with minimal roughness. Finally, the margins can be refined with the 801-018 in the 801-023 burrs. The 018 burr is used on premolars and interproximally on molars, whereas the thicker 023 burr can be used on the facial and lingual surfaces of molars. These burrs are best used in an electric handpiece to help refine the margins and ensure that there are no sharp angles on the margins. Sharp, irregular angles can result in a restoration that may not seat properly. The round burrs ensure that a smooth margin along with a smooth transition from the interproximal to the buccal or lingual is ensured. In addition, these round burrs can also be used to ensure smooth margins on anterior teeth. Be sure to remove any undercuts that may have been created with the 856 burr. For partial coverage restorations, one of the keys to success with the OmniCam is to have no undercuts in the preparation. Unlike the previous versions of the CEREC camera, the red cam and the blue cam, where only a limited number of images were taken, the OmniCam creates a virtual model by stitching together literally thousands of images. These images form a composite model that results in the clinician's ability to fabricate the final restoration. Due to the fact there are multiple images, any undercuts that are present will be incorporated in the model. This means a proper path of draw is essential to a well-fitting partial coverage restorations. Initial isthmus reduction can begin with the 845-018 burr. It is recommended that the final isthmus width be wide enough to accommodate the 845-025 burr, as this burr provides both the appropriate volume and taper for the isthmus. Box form reduction can begin with the 856-012 burr, starting from the outside, working the way into the box form and connecting the box with the isthmus. While taper and draw is important for the isthmus area, it's absolutely critical in the box form. There should be no undercuts whatsoever in the box forms. While the MCXL will mill most materials well, some materials, simply by their nature, will chip in the milling unit if the material is milled too thin. Ceramics are especially prone to chipping if the operator attempts to mill the margins too thin. The 845-025 burr will allow the clinician to mill with a butt joint margin at the occlusal area, which will allow the material to be milled with as thick of a profile as possible. After finishing the prep and removing any unsupported enamel from the margins and ensuring all margins are as smooth as possible without any undercuts present in the preparation, the operator should evaluate the preparation prior to fabricating the restoration. One way to evaluate the preparation is for the clinician to utilize the 2D mode of the OmniCam. The 2D mode turns the camera into an intraoral camera that allows the clinician to view the preparation at a very high magnification. Prior to imaging, the preparation should be evaluated every single time to verify no undercuts and smooth butt joint margins exist. The Meisinger burr kits are well suited for the CEREC clinician in that they provide an assortment of burrs that allow the clinician to prepare both anterior and posterior teeth ideally for the milling unit. For additional questions, please don't hesitate to post your questions on cerecdoctors.com.